First, the failures. First time I tried for the SAS, I was failed. And the raw truth is that I wasn't fast enough, I wasn't smart enough, and I wasn't good enough. And that truth hurt. People often don't know that I failed selection the first time, but my failures far outweigh the successes. I look at those failures and I know that they have made me. They've built my resilience and they've forced me to adapt. They've forced me to get stronger because there is no shortcut to any of our goals that's going to avoid failure. You've got to go through it if you're going to succeed. Comfort isn't really comfort if you haven't earned it. In other words, that first failure was actually the key. So you've got to embrace it. Don't run from the failure. Understand their role. Failure is just an essential mark you've got to pass through. The next, and this one shapes all of us, and it's called fear. Because life is scary sometimes, and all of us face battles. Battles of confidence and nerves. Battles where we have to face giants in our life, and those giants can be really frightening. But it's a universal truth that whoever you are, life is going to test us all. But it's how you react to that testing that determines everything. Life doesn't always just reward the brilliant. Life rewards the dogged, the determined, those who can walk towards their fears despite the giants, to embrace the difficult stuff, know the answer to the things I fear. Face it, don't run. Use it, become friends with it. Because life and experience has repeatedly shown me that when we can edge towards our fears, they often melt away. Because the only way you're ever going to get over your fear is right through the middle. And our fears are just part of life, part of what makes us real. Life doesn't require you to be perfect. Perfect does not exist. What life says is keep moving, always forward. And when you're scared, use it like a driver. And that is where the fire comes in. The fire to keep moving forward against the odds, to endure beyond what is normal. It's about delivering that little bit extra when it really matters. And it's always been the unwritten motto of the British Special Forces, the words, always a little further. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is often just that little word extra. But what's going to make the difference is when not 1 ounce of you thinks you can. You're the ones who've turned around and given me that little bit extra. And it's that makes our work here extraordinary. Always a little further. Whenever it's grim and people are throwing in that towel, to make that like a trigger to give more when most people give up. And I look at my life and I know one thing, I know that this fire has been my most valuable weapon. Not talent, not skills, not knowledge, but resilience. Know the power of unrelenting, unwavering resilience, because it's the storms in your life and in my life that make us strong. And as with all dark nights, sometimes you just got to hang on in there. The dawn will always come. The light will always win, and the fire all power. So we have the failures, the fears, the fire, and finally there is faith. Faith in yourself, faith in others, faith in this universal force of goodness that is out there. All of us face our own Everest, whether it's a mountain, whether it's a hospital, because Everest really is just a state of mind. You're going to have to understand that fear will be a constant journeyman for you. It's about understanding that sometimes you're going to have to dig deeper than you ever imagined, but that we're given a fire within with which to fight and a faith with which to endure. I am no hero, truly. I struggle often. I'm no stranger to some crippling doubt and fear, but also I know the weapons that serve me best, and they always come from within, not just without. But remember this, you are made amazing. So stand tall, and above all, enter ye